If you are struggling with builder gel overlays, then this one's going to be for you. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer. We're going to do a builder gel overlay, and I am testing out a new lamp. A lot of you have asked me about this Purtado, I think I'm saying it right, lamp off Amazon, and I am going to be trying it out today. I did make sure that it met all the specifications that I follow along with, so I made sure that it was between 365 and 405 nanometers. It had at least 30 bulbs, a reflective inside, a reflective bottom, and that the lights weren't that like kind of weird plastic yellow, that they were like actual looking bulbs. Now, I know has been so much discussion I've seen in nail groups about like lamps and curing, and I see it, all over Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. So I wanted to try this one and see if for me it felt like it cured my builder gel. So first I have to start off by filing down some of my old builder gel. If you didn't see my last video, I did a nail cut down. I trimmed how long they were. Mine were really long almonds, and then I went for short almonds. I just need them to be a little bit more functional right now. It's the start of the sixth season and I have 3 kids, so I just needed them to be a little more functional for me. So what I like to do first is go through with my Pana Coarse safety bit, and that bit removes some of my builder gel. I leave a little bit on when I'm doing fills, and even when I do a full set of builder gel, like a full new set, I always at least leave a thin layer on. I've been doing it like this for 4 years and it works great, especially when you're using clear builder gel, because you can see right through it. You can see your nail health, and I have clear builder gel on now, and I'm going to be putting clear builder gel on again. I do have some French mayonnaise that I have ideas for, so I wanted to just have clear on so that it looks very natural. Once I go through with my Pana safety bit, and then I go through with, it's a Pana Zebra sanding band. It's 240 grit. I like to use that because then I can go over the growth on my natural nails. I can remove any lifting with it, and I'm not damaging them. Once I do that on all my nails, I use this Macart Cuticle Bit just to make sure that there's no cuticle stuck to my nail plates. I don't dig in hard, just very, very gently go around my cuticles to make sure that I get any of the excess that's stuck down on my nail plate, I get that off. I always go in with a ton of isopropyl alcohol and spray the heck out of my nails, out of my gloves I'm wearing, just to really make sure that I'm not leaving anything anywhere, like any kind of dust from all the filing. And this is part of why I really like to wear gloves when I'm doing gel. First of all, I like to wear them because you get filings everywhere when you're e-filing off product, and I don't want that sitting on my skin. And then also I like to have them on because I'm going to be using a lamp, and these are UV gloves, so they like serve a dual purpose for me. Now this is a brand new jar of builder gel, so normally I cut it open, like basically like a wild animal ripping it open, but I thought, you know what? I am going to try to do things a little bit more nicely this year and try to like do things not be so wild. So I use scissors, like little nail scissors, and cut a nice little square in it so I can easily get the builder gel out. I am using OG Dip Powder's clear builder gel in a jar, and everything that I use in the video, I'm going to link in the description. I do that every time I do my a video. I always have everything linked in the description in case I forget to say it. Now, I will only use HEMA-free builder gels and gels, so I do not use anything that has HEMA in it anymore. I make sure that the gels that I'm using are high quality. If you've heard in other videos me talk about, like, nail allergies are on the rise, and I think to me, it seems like a part of it is because, there's a lot of DIY users now, and a lot of them are using like low quality products, getting it on their skin. So I really try to use high quality HEMA-free products and not get anything on my skin. When you're using builder gel in a jar, it's going to be a similar application to the bottle, but the difference is that you have a separate brush, right? When you're using builder gel in a bottle, your brush is right in the bottle. When you're using builder gel in a jar, you have that separate brush. And I like to use a thinner gel brush. I used a thicker one for a while, like a wider one, but for me, just because I'm kind of sloppy and messy, the more narrow gel brush works really well for me to do my application. The first thing that I like to do is I do a slip layer over my entire nail. And what a slip layer is it's a really thin layer of the builder gel that goes over your entire nail and it's uncured. And the reason you don't cure it is because it acts as a guide, a slip for your bead of builder gel that you're going to put on next and then float that down your nail. So I do that step with every single nail. I put the thin layer of builder gel down first, my slip layer. I don't cure it. And I make sure that it really covers my entire nail. Now, some people like to kind of like etch in their slip layer, like really like scrub it in. I'm not very good at that, so I don't do that as often. I'm practicing here and there, but for me, knowing how I am and I'm messy, like kind of etching it in just doesn't work. I did start off before I even did the builder gel. You saw me applying something else. So after my nails are all clean with the isopropyl alcohol, before I'm ready to start, I do dehydrator on 5 nails, thumb to pinky, and then I go in with 2 coats of primer, thumb to pinky, and then thumb to pinky again. The primer that I'm using and the dehydrator are both HEMA free. They're both from OG as well. I have to use 2 layers of primer to get a really good adhesion. I do this regardless of the brand that I'm using. I've noticed that that really helps. And I actually, after like watching tons of nail tech videos, a lot of them are using 2 layers of primer. So I'm like, okay, this is, I'm always trying to watch new videos, find out new information from the nail techs, from the nail tech educators, because I want to pass all of that down to everybody. I want to keep myself super informed. I'm somebody who still obsessively watches nail videos to like learn as much as I can so then I can, one, help myself, and two, pass it down, pass it to everybody else. When you're picking up a bead of builder gel, so after you've done your slip layer, let's talk about that a little because I've had a couple people message me or, comment on Facebook and different groups like, hey, I'm struggling with picking up the bead of builder gel. So the bead should be basically like a little ball of beater. I can't talk today. The bead of builder gel is a little ball pretty much of builder gel that goes at the end of your brush, and that's what you're going to use for your main application. So when I start to pick up a bead, I dip my builder gel brush into the builder gel, and I only want the builder gel to be on the bristles. I don't want it to be anywhere else, like up the brush. You don't want that much builder gel on for your bead because you still want to keep your layers thin. So what the bead of builder gel is, it's like a little ball of builder gel that you apply towards the back of your cuticles, but not quite. And then you kind of gently push it back towards your cuticles and float it down. So you're going to see me do it here on my right hand. I am right-handed, and I want to make sure that I kept my right hand application in the video as well. A lot of you have asked me like, hey, I'm really struggling with my non-dominant hand. Let me just tell you, I'm still in that same boat. It's getting better, but even after 4 years, my left hand can dip, my left hand can stamp, my left hand can, do a lot of things with nails, but for some reason, builder gel has just taken my left hand way longer to learn. So you are not alone, all right? What you want to do on your other hand. So I always start with my left and then I move to my right. Is you do the same steps of applying the dehydrator on 5 nails and then applying the primer on 5 nails as well. I always go thumb to pinky out of habit. I do that when I'm dipping too. It just really helps me to stay consistent and know what finger that I'm on. And I have to take my time a little bit more when I'm applying builder gel on my right hand, since my right hand is my dominant hand. It just takes me a little bit longer. You'll see me when I'm pulling out the bead of builder gel. Sometimes they pull out a little too much, and I have to kind of shake the builder gel brush back down onto like into the builder gel jar to pull some of that off of it. And sometimes I don't pick up enough builder gel. So then you might have to pick up a little bit more from inside the jar. And you want to start with that bead after you've done the slip layer. You start with it like near your cuticle. You push it back a little bit towards the back of your cuticle and then you float it down. I really like to do the side to side motion down the main part of my nail. And then when I get towards the end, I just very gently drag it. And that helps me to build my apex really well. And you'll see me like throughout this whole video and really any of my builder gel videos and rubber base for that matter, I flip my nail over to let the apex build naturally. So especially builder gel is self-leveling. If you get a really high quality brand, it's going to self-level beautifully. And flipping it over helps it do that. Now, some people like to kind of tap the tip of their finger, like their fingertip. They feel like that helps them to level out the builder gel. I tried it on this mani, and honestly, I didn't really notice a big difference, but I thought, I'll try it. Like, let's see if that really, helps. For some people, maybe it will help them a lot. For me, I just leave my nail flipped over for about like 10 to 15 seconds. Something that you definitely want to do when you're applying builder gel is you want to flash cure for 5 to 10 seconds after each nail. So if you don't do that, the builder gel is going to start to move when you get to your next nail. And then you're going to have to fix it all over again. And you definitely don't want to do that, right? Like after you've worked so hard to get the builder gel in the place that you want, you're working on your apex, you definitely want to do a quick 5 to 10 second flash cure to make sure that it stays in that spot that you want it. And I like to go in with a thin nail art brush. Some people like to use the really long nail art brushes. I like to use a shorter nail art brush so that then I can get really close to my cuticles and my sidewalls without flooding them. That's something that happened easily for me when I wasn't using the thin nail art brush. So since I've started to do that, I really don't flood my cuticles or sidewalls at all anymore. Plus, that comes with a lot of practice. And the other thing that you can do, like let's say you get a little bit of gel on your skin. You want to immediately take isopropyl alcohol on an angled eyeshadow brush or an angled cleanup brush tool, and you want to wipe that off. And then I keep a paper towel like beside me, it's off camera, and I wipe off my nails on that, or I wipe off the brush on that to make sure that then I'm not putting that builder gel that I just wiped off on the next nail that I might have to wipe. So those are just some tips to really help you get a better builder gel application. And again, like this has taken me a lot of practice. So like if you have to move really slow and you do your builder gel one night and then whatever mani you want to do on it another night, that's totally fine. I actually still do that because for me, trying to do both builder gel and my dip mani on the same night, like I'm delirious. I'm absolutely exhausted. I end up messing up and it's just overall, it just does not work for me. So splitting up your mani is totally okay. Even, especially if you're really busy and you have kids or you work a lot or, you have whatever you're busy with, like splitting your manis up over multiple nights can be super helpful. When you're totally done doing all of your builder gel on your nails, and you flash cured each nail, you'll want to go through and do the full cure. So I like to cure, I was only curing for 60 seconds, but just because I want to make sure that all of my nails are always fully cured, I now cure for 90 seconds. And once my nails are fully cured, I do pointer through pinky together, and then I do thumb separately. You tend to hold your thumb at like a real weird angle in the light. So I want to make sure that my thumb is fully cured. Then I let my nails cool off at least like 30 seconds before I spray them with isopropyl alcohol and wipe them off, because then I can get into the filing, buffing, and shaping. And this is actually my absolute favorite part of doing the builder gel because you get to really see it come to life. If you're watching this video and you're thinking, Nicole, I just need so much more help than even a video can provide, make sure you check out my first pinned comment or the link in the description. It is to my Builder Gel 101, the ultimate guide to applying builder gel nails at home. It's 48 pages, has everything in extreme detail from prep to application to removal. Literally, it's like I took 100 videos and put it into one place, so make sure you check that out. Since I have huge hands, I have to use a flexible file to do buffing, and I actually do that with dip manis as well. I like to smooth everything out and make sure that I really work on my apex. Like anything that looks kind of funky, I make sure that I buff nice and smooth. So when you see me buff, I buff like in a C motion to keep that apex. Then I like to go around with a hand file and just make sure that my shaping still looks okay after applying the builder gel. And I'll like go switch back and forth between using the buffing block and the hand file. I usually do one hand at a time, and then I'll look at them both and see like, okay, well, it looks like, this hand, the shaping is off on this finger, or there's a little too much builder gel build up at the tip on this finger. That is why I always wipe off with alcohol and do my filing, buffing, and shaping. Now, if you don't want to do that, you totally don't have to. You can go right in with gel base and gel top and just wear your builder gel manis. For me, I like to do a really smooth builder gel and then use peel base and then dip over it. Once I'm done, I spray my nails with isopropyl alcohol to really give them a final look and make sure that, okay, did I miss anything while I was filing and buffing and shaping? And then I usually leave my nails bare for a couple days before I go in and do a dip mani. Now that you're ready for builder gel overlays, how do you pick between the bottle and the jar? Come check out this next video and I will help you decide. Thanks for joining me today, nail crew.